Hi everyone. It's me. I'm back with something kind of interesting. So the options are normal. Okay, game looks normal. But I'm kind of zipping around. Colonel, I'm trying to zip around. But my FPS is unlocked because of the handy dandy action replay code that I found. Yeah. So so the music is like not affected by this FPS code. I don't know. That kind of makes sense. But battles and like overworld stuff is. And it just makes like text scrolls by faster, which affects different triggers and stuff. It's pretty nice. So yeah, this is kind of a neat challenge run that we'll be doing today, and it involves a certain little fella. Oh, yes, I love Pokemon. It involves a certain little fella. Like a little solo little game for us. And I'll explain kind of the idea once we see our little fella. Pokemon Turtwig, the penguin Pokemon Piplup, and the barrier Pokemon Mr. Mime. Ah, yes, Mr. Mime, my favorite fire starter. Not fire starter at all. So yes, solo Mr. Mime run. I'm kind of following in the vein of, My Dry Bread or like Scott's Thoughts with this kind of one where I'm going to play the Pokemon kind of blindly first, and then maybe we'll do a second playthrough later. But the idea is that we'll not necessarily time it, but just, see the kind of strategies that we have to kind of come up with to play the game. I figured I'm going to just stream or record the full thing, and we'll just upload it and it'll be great. Maybe I'll edit it a little bit here and there and just cut out some of the tedious stuff. But the idea is that we're going to play using Mr. Mime, not Mime Jr. Not Mime Jr. That will be a separate thing. Maybe we can compare Mime Jr. and Bonsley or some of the other baby Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool. And then that way we're kind of comparing the lower power levels to other ones that are similar, rather than comparing how a Pokemon does after it's able to evolve. Scott's Thoughts kind of articulates this in their, I think, Crystal or Emerald playthrough. They were kind of discussing whether or not to continue doing evolutions as part of their challenge runs, or to just simply play each stage differently. And I think each stage differently makes the most amount of sense in this instance. So yes, we're going to be playing with Mr. Mime. So this is kind of the precursor to the series. So here's an introduction of everything that we'll be doing. We'll be using Mr. Mime. And I've specifically set it so that Chimchar is replaced, so that we're against probably the more difficult of the starters for Mr. Mime to deal with, which is the relatively more defensive Pokemon Empoleon. Empoleon does gain... we do have an attacking move, that's good. Empoleon does gain the Steel typing, so it will resist... it will actually resist Psychic moves. And naturally, it is a more defensive Pokemon compared to Torterra or something. Great. So we're playing with a speed up hack. Literally just speeds up the game. It doesn't change anything. if you've seen Pokemon Renegade Platinum has this built-in speed up feature. I like maintaining the music of the game, despite its kind of stuttery nature with emulators. But in general, I like that we can listen to it without having to, lose it by playing with speed up and all that stuff. And it just, generally flows a little better. It's easier to watch than it is to have a speed up function, which kind of doesn't look as good in my mind. Also, this is easier for my computer to run because it's just running the base game rather than, a sped up version of it, like an overclocked version. Anyway, so yeah, this is where we'll start next game, next episode. I just wanted to give this little introduction to what we're doing. We will be using rare candies, and that's only because I don't think training and grinding is necessarily going to be a difficult thing for Mr. Mime, because we can always just backtrack to earlier routes or something, and Mr. Mime's pretty good anyway, so, we're not going to have to be conservative with how we train. And it's not an Iron Man run or anything, so it simply just, gets us through the game faster. I don't want to waste a bunch of time doing training. So we'll be using rare candies. And then that's it. Everything else in the game is going to be as normal. I'm not going to be able to get Pokemon. I'm not going to be able to go catch Pokemon for items. I figure that kind of defeats the purpose. We will include the ease of catching HM users and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get a Bidoof and a Starly on this route or something. That'd be ideal. All similar things that are in other Pokemon solo challenge videos that you may have seen, or that I've already mentioned. So some things that you can look up if you want to know what we're doing is Madry Bread and Scott's Thoughts, and there's a couple others. Maybe I'll put them in the description or something. So if you're curious as to my framework and inspiration, it's kind of coming from those channels, but I'm kind of doing my own thing with it. So great. Cheers, everyone. I'm looking forward to it. Peace out.